Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to learn how to calculate the ground bearing pressure or GBP of a crawler crane. This is a very important calculation in lifting and construction work because before placing a crane on site, we need to know whether the ground can safely support the crane weight and the lifted load. In this example, we will use simple crane data, crane body weight, counterweight, load weight, and crawler track dimension. Okay, let's start the calculation. Step 1, gather the crane data. Yeah. For this example, we have, let's say, crane body weight 20 tons, and then counterweight 60.6 ton, and then load 4.ton tons. Okay, so from all of this information, we get the total is 84.6 ton. Okay, until here, I hope that everybody understand. So now let's continue to step number 2. So this is step number 1. Okay. So we will continue to step number 2. Okay, now we start to step number 2. Yeah. Determine the track contact area. So for step number 2, we have to determine the track contact area. Each crawler track has the following dimension. Let's say width is 10 meters and length 7.2 meters. And then area of one track, 1 multiply 7.3. So this is equal with 7.3. So this is become a 7.3 meter square. Yeah. Since the crane has 2 tracks, so total contact area become 2 multiply 7.3. So that means that 14.6 meters. Okay. So this is step number 2. So first, step number 1, we have to gather all the information, including crane body weight, counterweight, and then lifted load. And then the next step, we have to determine the track contact area. Yeah, this is the calculation for determine the track contact area. So next is step number 3. So now we continue to step number 3. This is calculation ground bearing pressure. Yeah. So the formula is GBP equal total weight multiply, divide by total contact area. Yeah. So this we get before, the total weight is 84.6 tons, yeah, divide by 14.6 from previous calculation. So we get 5.79 tons per square meter. Okay, this is step number 3. Yeah, so we already get ground bearing pressure per meter square. Okay, so now we go for step number 4. You have, if you want to know about all of this calculation, you can play back the video and then you can see that all the calculation. Yeah, and then we can continue for step number 4 here. This is convert to kilogram per square meter. Yeah, this. So since 1 ton is equal with 1,000 kilogram, so 84.6 ton, this is equal with 84,600 kilogram. Yeah. So now divide by the total contact area. So we get this divide by 14.6. So we get 5,794.52 kilometer per meter square. Therefore, ground bearing pressure is equal with 5.79 ton per meter square. Yeah, or 5,794.52. This. Okay. So now we get, yeah, so we get the ground bearing pressure. So now the question, is this calculation correct? Yes, with one important note. This calculation assumes the crane is standing on level ground. The load is evenly distributed across both crawler track. The entire track length is in full contact with the ground. In real lifting operation, these assumptions are often not true. When the crane lifts a load, the weight shifts toward one side or toward the front of the crane. This means one crawler track usually carries more load than the other. Okay, so therefore, the actual ground pressure can be significantly higher than this simple calculation. For engineering design and lift planning, manufacturers provide ground reaction load or crawler track reaction in the load in the crane load chart. These values should always be used whenever available. Okay, so final answer for this calculation: total crane weight 84.6 tons, total track area 14.6 meters square, ground bearing pressure 5.70 ton per meter square, and ground bearing pressure 5,794.52 kilometer per meter square. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave comment. If you would like to see more engineering calculation related to cranes, rigging, lifting plans, and construction engineering, thanks for watching.